We apologize for those technical difficulties. For those, if you missed the first round, Luke Arnold at 145 for Long Branch just gets an escape point there. Back up to neutral. He's up 1-0. He's wrestling the Raritan wrestler, Andrew Bohall. And so far, a good match. Not a lot of points, but very good wrestling. And we said before, Luke Arnold, first place winner at the Hawk Classic, showing very signs of promise as a freshman. Only a freshman, already inserted in the lineup, already winning tournaments, so it's a great sign for Long Branch for the next 4 years to come.
It's not too bad for Raritan either. Bohall is just a baby sophomore, and he's comes from a wrestling family. So Long Branch, we got. There's nothing wrong with this rivalry. The Long Branch Raritan wrestling rivalry will keep living for a long time with young guys such as these.
Bohall had a reversal takedown, got 2 points, but Arnold back up to his feet, gets another point, and we're tied at 2. If you're also a football fan watching here, Luke Arnold is also a very good freshman linebacker, and we look forward to seeing him on the field next year also.
My colleague here has mentioned what Luke is doing athletically. Do remember, Luke is quite the student also.
Very good match here. Approaching 10 seconds left in the second period, tied 2-2. Raritan with the overall 6-0 team lead after a pinfall from Anthony Aquilano on Danny Rios. Bohall takes a down position at the start of the third period. What do you think of that strategy, taking it down?
He has to take down in that situation because he's going to try to score points. If he gets out, he scores 1 point. 1 point could be the difference in a match such as this one.
Arnold doing a good job. Appears to be getting back points. 2 back points for Arnold. 4-2, 1:30 left in the third period. And an escape point for Bohall, 4-3 now. And a quick jolt of points in these last 20 seconds here in the third period. A nice set of wrestling.
Bohall is being very active. He is very active right now, trying to score some points because Arnold is taking it to him right now.
What a good match between 2 young studs.
Arnold's going to need to start circling instead of backing out the way he is. Got to circle. Arnold's in on a single leg. If he can get behind him here, he can score 2 points. 2 much needed points.
45 seconds left. This crowd is on their feet. It's electric here. And a crucial bout. If Arnold could score 3 points here, that would be huge for Long Branch, who just lost 6 in the previous match. They're locked arms with 20 seconds left. It's at this time where the conditioning that wrestlers do day in and day out.
He's pinned.
Back points for Arnold. 4 seconds left. 3 back points for Arnold, and he'll score a 9-3 victory. What a victory for Arnold.
The winner at 145.
The final score didn't do justice to how close and well put together this match was.
That was an amazing match. Came down to the end, and I tell you, he was very close to picking up 6 points there.
Long Branch will have to work with 3, however, and now we have a stud senior wrestler, Danny Mullen, at 152, wrestling.
Alex Aleo from Aleo's a very good wrestler, but Mullen's taking him to his back. He's picking up back points here. Very close to a pin.
Six back points for Mullen right off the bat. 29 seconds into the match, scores 6 back points, and just a quick pace being shown from Danny Mullen.
After 2 bouts, Long Branch trails 6-3.
5-0 in favor of Long Branch's wrestler Mullen after a quick takedown with back points. He was very close to a pin there as well.
And now to our colleague, Mr. Bruce Clay.
After 2 bouts, exciting atmosphere here at Merrick Tamain Gymnasium in Long Branch. Long Branch trails 6-3. What a great bout with Danny Mullen. And Alice Vito for Raritan. Just to give you an update, on Saturday we'll have wrestling here. It'll be at 10:30. It'll be Long Branch and Boundbrook. And we're back to our play-by-play.
Danny trying to get him onto his back, score a pin here, or at least get some kind of points for his team. I mean, obviously, the ideal scenario for Mullen would be to get a pin, but with such a big lead.
He's got the cradle locked in right now. He's going to turn him, and we're looking at back points again. He'll pick up 2 back points in that exchange. So now he's in a commanding 7-0 lead, hoping to back to his back, hoping to get 6 points, and he's got it, folks. 6 points for Danny Mullen.
A huge pin for Danny Mullen puts his team in the lead. Long Branch was looking at some trouble being down 6 early at 6-0 after the first bout, but after 2 bouts, a victory from Arnold and a pin from Mullen. We're looking at a 9-6 lead for Long Branch as Vincent Vaccaro checks in for Long Branch.
Right now, we're about to see one of Raritan's top dogs. This is Nick Boal, and he's the brother of the gentleman who lost a couple matches ago. But I tell you, different animal. This kid is a stud.
Vince will have to do his best here to salvage some points here against a very good, as you said, wrestler for Raritan. Quick pace we're seeing early from these 2 wrestlers.
Vinny Vaccaro, the Long Branch wrestler, comes from an excellent wrestling family, from dad all the way down to the youngest grandson here who can get after it as well. Two physical, strong wrestlers. 2 points for Vaccaro.
What a takedown. What a takedown from Vaccaro. Taking it to the Raritan wrestler early here in the first period. 1:12 left here in the first period.
Vaccaro gets on the mat week in and week out, and he shows a lot of heart. And now he's taking it to one of the premier wrestlers in the short conference.
Nick Bullhall quickly gets up for a neutral point. Now down 2-1 with just under a minute left here in the first period.
Lots of hand fighting here, lots of movement from both wrestlers.
Bullhall goes for the takedown.
Very quick, this Bullhall kid is very fast.
Went for the takedown. And a
excellent defensive wrestling by Vaquero.
I was just going to say it's very electric in here. And Vaquero, again, with great defensive wrestling, as Mr. Chris Parker, our main wrestling analyst, just pointed out.
I tell you, Mitch, you gotta love this kind of wrestling. This atmosphere is, like you said, electric. It's Long Branch, Raritan at its finest.
Under the spotlight. And I think that just brings a whole kind of vibe for the fans watching just the match. The spotlight's only on the match. There's nothing else going on in the gym, just the match. And I think that provides like a great feel for everybody, even the wrestlers.
Absolutely. Got 4 minutes left. 4 minutes, 2 periods to see what will decide this match. I'll tell you, both wrestlers are getting after it. We're gonna see. We're gonna see right now.
Bullhall takes a defensive stance, tries to get up and score a quick neutral point to tie this bout up. Vince Vaquero lets him up, and we're tied at 2. And can you explain why Vaquero would do something like that?
Well, I believe he let him up because you want to give up 1 point and not 2 points in that situation. Buell is very, and I'm pronouncing his name all wrong, but he is very good from the bottom. So, there's a stalling call. I don't know if that was really warranted that early in the match.
Now, since that is the first stalling call, that's a warning. No points are awarded.
Correct.
Another stalling call, and Bullhall is awarded a point.
Correct.
Vaquero has to be careful with that warning now.
All he has to do is keep circling away from that. But again, I don't know if it should have been a stalling call because the other kid is not shooting.
And a crucial call here in the second period. Looked like a takedown. The referee calls it out. And they'll square up again.
That's what you risk when you take shots on the edge like that. Get your leg back. Got to get that leg back. He gets that leg back. You want to keep the blowout kid off of his legs because that's where he's most dangerous. He gets a hold of one of those legs, you're in big trouble.
.45 seconds left here in the second period. Bullhall with the leg of Vaquero, trying to take him down. He does have him down. 2 points for Bullhall. Back points. And a pin for Raritan, who retakes the lead. What a pin for the Raritan wrestler, Nick Bullhall. And they get back points. They're now up 12-9 on Long Branch.
Up next, 170. Raritan sends out Adam Bryant. And Long Branch has Mike Shohet.
At 170, we have Mike Shohet for Long Branch, a senior who has worked incredibly hard at wrestling. Day in and day out in the wrestling room, just getting better on his craft. He'll show his talents here at the 170 weight class.
Adam Bryant, who is relatively new to the wrestling scene. He is a senior, but he has not exactly put out, the kind of performances that most of the Raritan wrestlers have. He's pretty new to the sport. He's started last year. Last year was his first year wrestling.
A lot of hand fighting early in this match we're seeing from both of these wrestlers. Very, very physical to start. Shohet goes for a takedown early, but is out of the circle. They'll bring it back in. Interesting to see Mike Showett, usually in the 160 weight class, wrestling at the 170 level here for Long Branch.
Well, I believe
And a quick takedown. Possible back points. Showett fighting, trying not to get pinned. He won't get pinned. And a reversal, he'll get 2 points back. Showett down 4-2 here, with 30 seconds left here in the first period after a quick burst of points we saw there. We saw back points from Bryant and then a beautifully executed reversal by Showett, getting 2 of those 4 points back.
correct. I mean, again, when you go for big moves, it sometimes comes to bite you in the butt. And that time for Showett, it bit him. He gave up 4 points, but guess what? He didn't get pinned. He's still in it, and he got himself 2 points back. And he's on top. He's trying to turn him to get those other 2 points back. Got to get this match back to even.
Getting out of that and reversing that move is crucial, not only for the 2 points that Showett got back, but if he gets pinned there, it's 18-9 Raritan early, and that would have been troubling for Long Branch.
Absolutely, because now you have one of your best wrestlers taking a loss, and that you don't need. You know, it's going to be a tight match every time you see Raritan, and if you give up points with guys that you expect to win with, you're in big trouble. Showett receives a caution. He was moving before the ref blew the whistle. Don't want to do that again.
He quickly gets up and gets a neutral point, and he's now down by 1. .130 left here in the second period. Great match we're seeing here. They're locked up right now. And the common theme we've seen so far is lock up and then quick bursts of points, just as we saw in this match. And after all the dust settles, it's 12-9 Raritan after picking up 2 pins in their favor. Long Branch had a pin and a fall.
There we go. Red's hit with the stall, and he's been backing out quite a bit. I think he knows what Showett can do in the center of the ring.
Showett a little anxious, moving before the whistle. Ref let him know about it, gives him another caution. And a nice takedown from Showett. After being down 4-0 in a tough physical match like this, he's now back in front, scoring 5 unanswered. Just under 30 seconds here in the second period.
Well, you know, Mitch, Bryant was hit with a stall because he wants to stay away from Showett. If you let Showett get close to you, chances are he's going to take you down.
As we saw there, a beautiful takedown from Showett. You know, just seeing Showett in the hallways, you know, always wanting to get in the wrestling room, always in the weight room, you know, getting strong, working on his craft in the wrestling room. And it's showing here as we enter the last period. They'll go neutral here.
Red will go neutral. He felt like Showett may be able to turn him. He's wrestling very, very well, Bryant, against a very good wrestler. He's getting after it.
Showett picks the leg, goes for a takedown. No call yet.
Great, very nice move by Bryant. Show it gets him too.
Bryant goes for the reversal, doesn't get it. 120 left here in the last period of this bout. Show it up by 3. Show it's got to be careful that he doesn't get reversed. Bryant showing signs that he is more than capable to reverse. We almost reversed Show it a couple of times here in this third period.
Yes, he did. Feisty. He's wrestled a very feisty match, but he's done a lot of flopping. He's laying around. He's trying for big moves. When you try for big moves against good wrestlers, it doesn't end well.
Well, and a stall on Show it.
Yes.
That's odd there. Show it.
I felt like he was working. He's doing a lot of work. I don't understand why he was hit with the stall, but he was. The ref calls it. It is what it is. Now you just got to wrestle.
Quickly back into the same position he was before the stalling call. And back to what you said on big moves. When you're down 7-4 with 25 seconds left, I feel like a big move is your only option.
Absolutely. You are 100% correct. Right now we're in an area called the red zone where I think what Bryant is going to try to do is just stay off of his back and Show it's going to just ride him out and get herself in position to put 3 points on the board.
And that's what he does as time runs out here in this 170 bout. Show it picks up the win after being down 4-0 early, gets 7 unanswered and ties the game. 12-12 here heading into the 182 bout.
Joe Seville for Raritan.
Lamont Reed in for Long Branch. Joe Stable for Raritan. And we go to Mr. Clay.
Gentlemen, exciting atmosphere here after 5 bouts. We're tied at 12.
Joe Stable is Joe Stable is known for being a very good wrestler. He is coming into
Crowd wanted it too. Lamont Reed said no. He was out. Lamont, a very good wrestler, known for his trash talking, and he showed it there to the crowd, saying no, that was not two.
I see what Sable is doing is he's going for a lot of big moves, a lot of throws. And Lamont Reed is a seasoned wrestler. I don't think he's going to let that happen. He tried it again, and it cost him.
Possible back points for Reed.
2 for the takedown. He didn't. And 2 for the back points. He tried a big move, and Reed was just athletic enough and ready to stop the move.
Reed very strong. Usually wrestles 170. Tonight he wrestles 182. Early in this bout, Reed up 4-0 off a beautiful takedown and some back points. He looks to get Stable back on his back, get more back points, possibly a pinfall.
It's very difficult. People don't understand how difficult it is to actually take a man the same size as you and flip him to his back. People don't understand it. That's why it's not, I mean, no matter how good a wrestler is, he's going to have to work to get another man to his back.
Well, Lamont, throughout the years, has made it look relatively easy in some matches. This match, he's going to have to work for it because it is a Raritan wrestler, and as we all know, nothing is guaranteed against Raritan. And as the first period ends, Reed up 4-0. Stable takes the down position.
Very smart. He's wrestling a smart match. He's keeping himself off of his back. just as I say that, Lamont Reed turns him for 2 more back points.
2 big back points, increases his lead to 6-0 with 1:30 left here in the second period. Goes back to the same move, attempting more back points.
No back points there. No back points given.
It appears he's setting up to go for that pin. Tries to ride him. Very smart by positioning himself to where Stable can't get out of the circle.
Oh, we're looking at 6 here. Lamont Reed's in a great position to pick up 6 points for Long Branch. Wow. Stable fought hard off of his back. That's excellent defensive wrestling.
However, 3 more points for Lamont Reed. And Reed looking dominant here with 50 seconds to go here in the second round of this bout. Second period, excuse me.
Again, you are correct. Reed is looking very dominant. However, he's leaving a little to be desired. I think he wants 6 points, and he's working hard to get it.
Almost got it earlier in the second period with 20 seconds left. I don't think we'll see anything too risky from Reed here in the second period.
Uh-oh. Reed's got him again.
He gets him what could have been a pin, but time runs out.
Too little, too late.
And Stable hasn't had room to breathe here in this match. He's been down the whole time, and Reed has been keeping him down.
Something you don't see too often is a wrestler pick top. Reed picks top because he believes he can turn him. He believes he can get the 6 points. And I tell you, I believe it too.
It's looking very promising here. He's almost gotten the pin a few times, almost got it at the end of that second period, but time ran out. He's got 1:45 to work here and try and get 6 big points for Long Branch.
Much needed 6 points.
Anytime Stable gets a chance to breathe, Lamont just takes it away, right away. Just no room to work for the Raritan wrestler. Lamont was undefeated in this year going into last weekend's bout against Wall. Lost that match in a close one to Donner, who's a very good wrestler, but he's still maintaining his record here. Only 1 loss on the year, and he's looking like he's going to get another win. A great takedown.
Brett Donner, who Lamont Reed lost to, is the cream of the crop when it comes to the 170 weight class here at the Shore. Brett Donner's spent some time in Atlantic City as well, as he wrestled for a state championship last year.
And that was a close match, so it just goes to show you how good Lamont Reed is too.
And how good he can be. He's got a lot of potential.
He's showing that potential here, up 9-0 with 20 seconds left. At this point, it would be 4 points for Long Branch.
Not just yet, buddy. Major decision will get him 4 points. Yes, he needs 8 points to do that.
And this bout is over. 182 is dominated by Lamont Reed. And it is a major decision.
Lamont Reed. And
4 points for Long Branch.
Up next, it's 195.
Dickens. This is
Ryan
Ryan
Dickens for
Dickens, who's
Roberts.
Dickens actually is a very good wrestler. He's Only lost one match so far this year. He's going to take on Pete Warsinger, who is a very, very good defensive wrestler, very technical, physical kid.
Hand fighting going on here early in the contest.
Okay, wrestling fans.
Dickens and
Okay, wrestling fans. After 6 bouts here in Long Branch, couple rallies have taken the lead 16-12 over Raritan. Wrestling currently at 195, Worsinger for Long Branch and Ryan Dickens for Raritan. Back to our play-by-play.
lots of hand fighting, lots of movement and good wrestling from the two of these gentlemen. They're stalking, they're circling, very, very physical, and we're going to see real soon someone's going to shoot and try to get some points.
These two big men just feeling each other out here in this first period, I feel like.
Dickens, very, very big guy. He cuts weight from about 230. He also plays football, and he is a linebacker who plays football at 230. He has a couple of colleges looking at him to come in and play some linebacker.
I remember going to a camp with Dickens that was held here at Long Branch, and just he was very athletic and very confident in himself that he was going to do the things necessary to be a great athlete. First period ends, no score here between the two 195-pound wrestlers.
I think here, if you're Pete Warsinger, you obviously want to turn them and get yourself some points, but you have to be thinking one, not two. That's what the coaches always say. You give up 1 point and escape, do not give up a reversal.
We'll look to see how Wurslinger works here. Pete looking to bring him back down, keeping him down. It's out. They'll bring it back to the circle and they'll lock up again. Or Dickens will get down again, excuse me.
With 1:40 left, so he only kept him down for 20 seconds, but I tell you, in a wrestling match, 20 seconds feels like an eternity.
Especially when you're wrestling a guy like Dickens, who's just extremely athletic, knows how to wrestle, and there's the escape point. 1-0 lead for Dickens with 1:30 left here in the second period.
I think Peter felt like he was in a bad position, and again, you're thinking one, not two. I'll let him go, and I'll come back, and I'll get 2 points later. Lots of wrestling to do here. We're only a minute into the second period, and we just got to wrestle smart. You don't have to be the strongest guy, you have to be the smartest guy.
Pete, a sophomore wrestler for Long Branch, wrestled last year in the starting lineup for the Green Wave and was extremely successful as a freshman. And a takedown for Dickens.
36 seconds left. Peter's going to want to get up and get 1 point fast.
1 point would be crucial here for Warsinger. Dickens looking for a pin there, doesn't get it. Very good defensive move by Warsinger, disallowing the pin. And it's out. We'll bring it back to the center.
Dickens going for a lot of big moves trying to get the pin.
Before that takedown, I was going to say that Warsinger, as a sophomore, got second place in the Manchester Hawk Classic. So definitely more young talent here for Long Branch. but he'll have to work, and he gets an escape point there, only down by 2 now as the second period comes to a close.
I see what you notice is Dickens is going for a front headlock, trying to spin Peter to his back, and Peter's a smart guy. He's not going to let it happen. Did you know that Pete Warsinger had a 97 GPA?
I do now, and I always knew that Pete was a smart kid in the classroom, but a 97 GPA is good, very good, and he's very smart, as you see there, getting another escape point, only down by 3 now.
That is, that's just indicative of what we're trying to do here at Long Branch. We don't just want athletes here. We want student athletes, and we're grooming those with the wrestling team. The football team has got a pretty good GPA. I think the cheerleading team has an 89 GPA, and that's what it's all about.
The classroom is just important, and it really translates onto the mat. When you're smart in the classroom, you're smart on the mat too. And Warsinger shows that with he's just a stud defensive wrestler. And a nice takedown from Warsinger. He's back in the lead at 4-3.
That was awesome. And Mr. Dimitri, as we
Thank you. It's really unreal, As a freshman, you think it would take forever to get to where I am now, but it's really here now. I got some thinking to do. Unfortunately, it's not definite yet, but in this later months, we'll definitely find out. But back to the match. Pete Warsinger looking to keep Dickens down here.
You want to get him flat. You want to get him off of his knees and flatten him out. And if you can do that, you're doing awesome things for your team. Try to get him down.
This is probably the toughest 40 seconds of Pete Warsinger's
young career. Absolutely.
Pete trying to avoid a stalling. The Raritan crowd would love a stalling call here. They're not going to get it. Pete keeping him down. 10 seconds left. Up by 1. Crucial last 6 seconds here. Up 4-3. And Dickens sort of just gave up those last 3 seconds, it looked like.
Unbelievable. That is a win that will go down as one of the big wins in young Warsinger's career. Unbelievable.
A great victory for Warsinger.
I'm sorry, one more time.
And that gives his team a 7-point lead. And we have Joey Jazzio wrestling 220 for Long Branch. Every time Joe Jazz steps on the mat, it's definitely a sight to see. Joe Jazzio on the mat. And already a takedown. 2 points early for Joe Jazz. Looking for back points.
Game over, Mitchell. Game over. I tell you, when Joe Jazzio gets his paws on you, he's big, he's physical, he's strong, and he's smart. And he's going to finish this match with 6 points, in my opinion.
Joe Jazz wrestled heavyweight most of this year and really didn't face him at all as he looks for more back points. And an early pin for Joseph Jazzio. Early. 6 more points for Long Branch. They're up 25-12 going into the heavyweight. As Big John Tomlinson makes his debut for Long Branch. Comes over to the desk, checks in. This is Big John Tomlinson's first match of his senior year. John is a dominant heavyweight wrestler looking to get on the mat, and we see that here early.
Well, I'll tell you, Aaron Daniels is a very good wrestler, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but he has beaten John Tomlinson before. So this isn't going to be one of those matches that you just saw where he runs onto the mat, pins him before he starts sweating. John's going to have to work if he wants to win this one.
John has made tremendous efforts to get back into the 285 weight class. So, Big John knows, and we all know that he could work. He knows how to work, and he's going to have to work a lot to win crucial points.
Absolutely. He worked very hard to get down to 285 as he is a football player, and he wrestles. He plays football at about 300 pounds. So you're looking at actually about 320. So you're looking at significant weight loss. He looks great, and hopefully he can get it done for us tonight. But Daniels is not going to be an easy contest.
These two heavyweights feeling each other out here early in this contest, in this bout. 35 seconds left in the first period. And again, just an electric feel here. This crowd is glued into the match. Just every time Long Branch and Raritan meet up, it's a sight to see.
I'll tell you, it's been very nice the first few bouts, but I tell you, Raritan only gets better from here. 106, 113, 120, 126, 132. Very, very, very good wrestlers on that Raritan side, as well as the Long Branch side.
Yes, as you mentioned, we don't want to go too deep into the future as we're only in the second period of this heavyweight contest. But up next for Long Branch, as Mr. Chris Parker mentioned, 106 at Ray Guzman at 106. So he's a very young, talented wrestler. Got third in the Neptune Classic. And as you see here, Big John Tomlinson gets an escape point, a big one, and goes for the takedown. 2 points for John Tomlinson. And he likes that.
He's getting comfortable. John's getting comfortable. Again, like you said, it's his first time back on the mat. Felt him out for much of the first period. And now he's looking to get himself some points here.
I think he's extra motivated also, losing to this Raritan wrestler a year ago. I think he's extra motivated to try and get this pinfall. Although Big John did lose to him last year, Long Branch picked up the overall team win against Raritan last year in an instant classic. It took place at Raritan last year. And I think home court does matter in
this rivalry,
match.
absolutely.
A neutral point, an escape point picked up. So it's 3-1 with a minute left here in the second period.
I'd have to say Daniels is feeling relieved to get himself off of the mat, because with Big John on top of you, it's never easy.
Absolutely. 285 pounds on top of you. It's not easy to get up from.
I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a stalling call soon. Daniels is going backwards all match long, and hopefully Tomlinson can get himself back in position to score us a pinfall here.
Those neutral cautions really put pressure on a wrestler,
Yes, sir. Makes you have to work.
And who knows what goes on inside the mind of a wrestler when a referee says you're stalling. Now, your mind starts traveling and
all right, you found it over near the bathroom. You want me to hang on to it, or you tell him to come out and see me, or you want to leave it here? Yeah, tell him to come see me.
as the second period ends, Big John Tomlinson with a 3-1 advantage. They go neutral. John avoiding any possible escape point from Daniels.
I'm surprised, Mitch, that Daniels chose to go neutral instead of taking bottom and get himself a point. But you know what? I wouldn't want Big John on top of me either.
Yeah, 285 pounds, is, like I said, is not easy to get up from.
I tell you, he's John Tomlinson is stalking. He's very physical. And now he's got himself a pin because you're not getting that kind of weight off you. It's over. 6 points, Long Branch.
A huge 6 points for Long Branch as their lead increases to 19. 31-12, Long Branch. We move to the lighter weights now, 106. I mentioned before Ray Guzman for Long Branch.
We need you, baby. Let's go. Ray Guzman. What an athlete this young man is.
And the wrestler for Raritan.
Which one is this for Raritan? Borelli?
Charles Borelli for Raritan against Ray Guzman, two very talented 106-pounders. As we see a different style being wrestled here, as you saw with the heavyweights, a lot of sudden movements, but with the 106, the lighter weights, I should say, it's a lot of moving around, a lot of movement.
It's just a ton of fun to watch these lighter guys get after it.
It's a lot quicker.
Absolutely. I love Ray, and I love what he does. Just athletically, he's a baseball player. He's a soccer player. He could play football if he wanted to. He is just.
I'm sure you'd love him on the football field.
Absolutely, so quick, and you'll see that in this match right here.
Ray, another freshman, more freshman talent for Long Branch. It's like.
Well, you know what it is with Long Branch is it starts over in our middle school with. It starts over in our middle school with an excellent program run by Coach DeAngelis and Simon. They do excellent work with our kids. They invest countless hours in our kids, and that's really what it's all about. I mean, every one of our programs could be that way because we have a great community here, and that's what it's all about. That's why I stay here.
And Long Branch Wrestling, you'll never see them rebuild. It's always a reload for Long Branch. They always have a guy that comes in as Guzman has a leg, takes with the takedown, but the ref calls it out. And like I said, there's always someone to step in. If a spot is filled or a spot is empty, it's quickly filled. It's always someone there to step in.
That just speaks to what we're trying to do here with the rec program, the middle school program. Coach George is known for keeping his talent, his guys that he coached. They always come back because it's a family. It's a family here at Long Branch.
It's a family. It's not only a family, but it's a dynasty. Point blank period. This Long Branch wrestling program is a dynasty. You'll never see Long Branch wrestling go away. First period ends, no score.
I look over to the Long Branch bench, and I see every single coach on that staff has worn the green and white. Every one of them. It's a beautiful thing to see.
Guys like Coach Joey Keegle, Nick Vizicaro, John Jazz, older brother to Joe Jazz, who we saw earlier get a quick pinfall. Also the likes of Doug Cornell. And that's also part of the dynasty at Long Branch. The alumni never goes. You'll always have wrestlers, very good, talented wrestlers like the coaches I just mentioned, come back and help these young talent perform and get better.
That's it. That's what it's all about.
All right, gentlemen, thank you for that information. And all those gentlemen, young men that went on to college and came back and proudly wear the green and white. Up next on Saturday, just to keep you informed, at 10:30, Long Branch will take on Boundbrook, and hopefully we'll get out to see your support. You can follow us on Twitter at Wave Pride. After 9 bouts, 31-12 Long Branch.
And as you just saw, quick 2 points for Borelli for Raritan. Guzman's going to have to work hard. Down 2-0.
It was a very nice reversal by Raleigh. It was close. It was close, but I don't think Ray Guzman will mind too much. I think he'll get his points back.
Raleigh going for a pin, it looks like here. Guzman very smart though. I don't think he'll let that happen.
Emily!
Time going to run out here in the second period. A crucial third period coming up. Ray Guzman down by 2. It's the only 2 points scored in this bout. A bout that we thought we were going to see a lot of points in. Only 2 so far through 4 minutes.
That's usually how it is when you have 2 very good wrestlers. I tell you, you only got 2 points, but there's been a ton of action. Guzman is going to have to do some stalking and score some points if he wants to have any chance of winning here.
He's got 1:40 to do it. Oh! And a little bit of little roughness there at the end. The ref will talk to both competitors. Ray Guzman, always a class act, puts his hand out, shakes hand. They'll shake him up, and they'll get back to wrestling.
I tell you, this ref is very nice because any other referee would have given a technical point for that. He slapped the kid in the face in the middle of the match. You can't do that.
I mean, you never want to lose a match, and there's still time left here, 1:15, but it wouldn't be devastating for Long Branch to lose 3 points. And instead of calling a takedown, he calls it out. An injury timeout, Barali's shaken up.
Can you pull out in the 30s with his 30 seconds?
His knee on the mat there. Looks a little banged up. A lot of times in this sport, what we do when we're tired is we ask for a little injury time, regroup, and then come back to wrestle a match.
The ref asked us at the time
30.
To call out when 30 seconds goes by.
We're back in action here at 107 mark. Ray Guzman moving, doing a lot of work, trying to score some points.
Out of the circle, they'll bring it back in. 55 seconds left for Guzman. This would be a big win for Barali to try and get his Raritan team back into it.
"45 seconds.
This crowd is come unglued. LB chants rain from the gym. Just under 40 seconds to go here. Ray Guzman needs a crucial takedown to try and tie it up, send it into overtime. Out of bounds again, 30.4 seconds left. Crucial time for Ray Guzman.
Guzman's stalking and he's doing all he can.
He picks a leg, looking for the takedown. And he does not get the 2. He gets out of bounds call, or out of circle call, whatever you want to call it. 15 seconds left. Did Guzman get a takedown? Send it into overtime. Ray picks a leg. Does not get 2 points. 3.6 seconds left. Oh. And a caution is called on Guzman. And
That's
time
the
runs out. A very good match between two young studs wrestling. So 3 points picked up from Raritan. It's now 31-15.
Sadico. Looking at Sadico, and he's got a 23-11 record from last year, so he is very good. But guess what? Chris Dean, he was pretty good too last year.
Chris Dean, an excellent wrestler. He's a sophomore, and he brings an 8-4 record so far this year to the table. Also a second place finish at the Hawk Classic. And Chris Dean will try and get back those 3 points that were just lost last bout. And a quick 2 points from Chris Dean. Chris Dean looking strong early, already with 2 points here, 1:15 left here in the first period.
I tell you, I came to the school, obviously, as you did a lot this summer, and every single day I saw Chris Dean inside that wrestling room, inside that weight room, getting after it, working hard with all of his coaches.
That's what it's all about. You know, I think Coach Joey Kegel does a great job bringing his wrestlers into the wrestling room, working hard.
And you know, it takes a special kind of athlete to want to get in there every single day. And Chris is that kind of kid. He wants to get better. He strives to get better. And he's going to be a very good wrestler. He's just a sophomore.
And another injury timeout for both participants, it looks like.
Well, Dean's got a little blood. I believe his nose is bleeding. We stopped the clock at 24 seconds.
That injury clock we talked about only stopped at 24.
What happens is you stop the clock, and the trainer is given time to clean the blood up. The bleeding is actually stopped, though.
They'll put the nose plugs in, and they're ready, and Chris Dean is anxious to get back in action.
I tell you, he looks very comfortable out there tonight.
He's young, but it looks like he's already used to this kind of pressure. Like, he doesn't mind this kind of stage, you know?
.8 left in the first period with Chris Dean taking top.
Already up 2-0. Interesting, he takes top. Up 2-0.
Looked like some back points there, but the ref did not award them. It's okay. 10 seconds left. We'll see what he chooses to do at the end of the match here, at the end of the period. Because if
Red will defer to Dean.
Chris Dean believes he can get out, he's going to take bottom and try to get himself another point.
What do you think of the call deferring to Long Branch?
Not quite sure. I mean,
a caution. Sorry, but a caution on the Raritan wrestler going a little too early. And more blood from Chris Dean. They'll try and clean the blood up. But as you were saying,
I believe the Raritan wrestler deferred because he's thinking he can turn him.
Back in action here after that blood timeout.
Here to start the second period, Chris Dean is on bottom after choosing bottom. Let's see what he's got. He's peeling the hands, And he's almost out.
Yet. Not out yet. Moving around, going on. Almost out there, almost reversed.
Sadiqo's working hard. Dean is working hard. Both gentlemen named Chris. We'll see what happens.
And more blood time for Dean. And the
Why
ref.
is his nose bleeding so bad?
It's interesting. Our trainer, Miss Small, is wrapping
Pre-wrap.
pre-wrap around his nose to try and stop the bleeding. An interesting look for Dean, but nonetheless.
Effective.
Yeah. A minute 30 left here in the second period.
I tell you, that crossface, which hits you in the nose every time, that's enough to make you bleed every time you get hit in the nose that way. See, it's right back off.
And he's looking to get out. Almost out. And then out of bounds. That pre-wrap tape immediately was discarded. Would you think that Chris Dean here, with just under a minute left, looks to be more defensive in this bout? And just as I say that, a beautiful reversal. But then that reversal is reversed.
So nothing changes. But I think Dean is going to get himself 1 point here, and he does.
He salvages a point there. Now up 3-0 with 30 seconds left in the second period.
Dean's got to dig deep here and keep Chris Sadiqo off his legs.
This is a crucial match for Sadiqo. His team down.
Dean in on a single.
His team down 16. This is crucial points. And a reversal by Dean. 2 more points. Just in time for the period to end. He's now up 5-0 going into the third and final period. 2 more minutes left.
What a huge move. As you said, it was a huge move. And Dean's in the driver's seat here. Just got to be smart. Stay off his back. He'll add 3 points.
And as Coach G was encouraging Christine, finish. Minute 50 left. Up 3. He's got to finish to give his team 3 more points. They'll bring it back to the circle. Neutral.
Gets his 1 point. Dean is ready. The Green Machine chant is going. I wouldn't be surprised if we got an LB chant real soon.
Raritan coaches wanted to stall.
A.J. Irvin for Raritan. And long man will send down Carlos Raritan.
Carlos Irizarry set to wrestle at 120 for Long Branch. against a very talented AJ Irvin.
No, it's Russell Benson. Is it
Oh.
Irvin or Benson?
AJ Irvin in.
At the 120 mark, you are correct. I stand corrected, sir. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but it looks as if Long Branch is up 19.
Yes, they are.
They're up 19, and how many matches left? 3 bouts left?
18. 18 possible points for Raritan.
They can't win.
Well, we encourage you to keep watching, however, because we have great matches on par. Starting with this one, 120. Carlos Irizarry, very talented junior wrestler.
Just a junior. He's got another year. He's a workhorse. He's in the room constantly working.
And he's very confident also. He's a very confident wrestler. He believes in himself, and I think that's just as important as the work you put in the wrestling.
That's half the battle, bud.
There is 30 seconds left here in this first period. No score so far in this bout. These wrestlers, as many other bouts here as we've seen here, just feeling each other out here in this first period.
Lots of movement from Irizarry and Irvin, and eventually something has to give.
Now, what kind of wrestler do you see in Carlos Irizarry? Like a defensive wrestler, an aggressive attack, always on the attack? What do you see when you watch Carlos Irizarry wrestle? Oh, and a little excessiveness after the period ended. Irizarry defers to Raritan. Irvin will take defense. And 1 point awarded for Irvin as he escapes. 150 left here in the second period.
To answer your question from before, I think Irizarry he's defensive, but he's also offensive. He's very speedy. You see him; he's constantly moving.
Good footwork, I see.
Excellent footwork, and he can get himself out of trouble in a hurry.
A stalling warning giving out to Carlos Irizarry.
That was a quick stall call, but it's to the ref's discretion. If he feels like you're stalling, then you're stalling, and you got a circle. I think if you're backing straight up, you're in trouble.
Very interesting. He calls it here only a minute into the second period. Usually you see stalling calls later in the second period or the third period.
Correct. But they can be given out at any time. Both wrestlers are getting after it. Both guys taking shots.
They will bring it back to the circle, and they'll lock up again. Not a lot of points, but still good wrestling going on for both these competitors.
Good movement. I'd like to see a little more wrestling. Got to keep your space when you don't know who your opponent is. 4 seconds left. You don't want to do anything crazy.
As the second period ends, we go to the third. AJ Irvin with a 1-point lead. He picked up that escape point earlier in the match.
He goes big. He goes for a cradle. This could be deadly. Irizarry breaks the hold, but I tell you, he's got to get up fast because if that cradle gets locked on, it's over.
.130 left in this third period. Irizarry desperately needs to get to his feet and get that escape point to tie this matchup.
Irving working hard to get himself in for a cradle. Irizarry will have none of that. He knows the consequences of getting yourself thrown into a cradle. Stalemate. You get a stalemate call when nothing's being done. Nobody's moved either way.
Ooh. A caution given out to the Raritan wrestler.
The ref put up the wrong hand at first. Irizarry was like, I didn't move. There it is. Irizarry's in a great place to reverse here.
He's looking to reverse.
He's got to get off of his knees.
And another stalemate is called.
I don't know how good of a stalemate call that was. Both guys were working.
27 seconds left in the third period. Irizarry looks to get to his feet. 20 seconds left. He's going to have to work to get to his feet to try and send this match into overtime. 10 seconds left. Can Irizarry get to his feet, get the escape point, send it into overtime? Irvin holding on for dear life. A takedown as time expires. A 1-0 win for AJ Irvin. It'll cut down the lead to 34-18 as we move to the 126 weight class.
Russell Benson is literally the top dog at the 126 weight class. He was 28-9 last year as a freshman, and he's only gotten better.
And he takes on a young Isaac Shoet here, so he's looking to feast on the young prey given to him at the 126 level.
Absolutely. Moves so quick.
Quick 2 points for Russell Benson. And as I mentioned, Isaac Shoet, a freshman, more young talent for Long Branch, stepping into the varsity starting lineup and doing a great job. Shoet has his work cut out for him here, though, against one of the premier 126 weight class wrestlers in the short conference.
I think if Shoet is able to escape here, he gives himself an excellent chance, because guess what? Benson's got to go for 6 points. It's if Benson does not pin Shoet, it's a loss for him, because guess what? Long Branch is up by too much at this point. Up 15 points with 2 bouts left. Guess what? They can't win.
Looks to drive Shoet to his back, try and get this pin. Benson picks up a show of strength there from Benson. Brings him back down, trying to get a pinfall here.
Showett is showing a ton of heart here.
Only 2 points picked up from Benson in that first period. Got 4 minutes left in this contest. Benson takes the down to try and get another point.
Benson goes for a quick reversal. Showett will have none of that.
Showett shows a lot of promise as a lower weight wrestler. His older brother, Mike Showett, you saw him wrestle earlier. And quite honestly, probably the best match we saw all night. Mike Showett against Dickens from Raritan. Ryan Dickens. Oh, excuse me.
Here we go. Showett gets reversed. 4-0 Raritan in this bout. He's working 1:13 remaining in the period. I'm interested to see the Russell Benson body language at the end of this match because I'm sure he understands and coach has told him it's over. There's no way Raritan can win.
Also interesting to see whether we'll see the stud TJ Conlon at 132 next period already having this match won. I think we'll see him anyway because it is Raritan.
Absolutely. Uh-oh. He's going for the cradle again. Showett was just great defensive wrestling. He won't let him get the cradle. He knows what's at stake if that cradle gets locked in. And he's just working hard. Uh-oh.
And an escape point for Showett. Now down 4-1 with 24.4 seconds left in the second period.
If we can get out of this without giving up any points here, Showett has done his job. 13 seconds, you don't want to give anything up. You want to circle. You want to keep him away from you. And it's difficult to do. Very difficult to do. Gets himself thrown and pinned.
Russell Benson, quite honestly, it is a pin, but it was a better match. You know, on paper you'll see a pinfall and 6 points for Raritan, but quite honestly, it was a better match than shown on paper.
Jimmy Van Feckman, and he's gonna go against TJ Conlon.
A very good match we are about to see. TJ Conlon brings a 10-1 record to the table so far this year. He's had a third-place finish in the Neptune Classic and a first-place finish in the Hawk Classic.
Conlon is a very aggressive wrestler. He's very, I say he's funky. He's jumping all over the mat. He's just a joy to watch. It's awesome to watch this guy. Let's see what happens, Mitch.
Great footwork Conlon showing early. They'll bring it back to the middle. They'll lock up again. We see these wrestlers feeling each other out, but I don't think Conlon, you know, after seeing him wrestle a lot this year, I don't think he likes to feel things out. I think he's always on the attack.
100 miles per hour. He's just so comfortable in any position he's in. You know, you got a guy on your leg. He's comfortable there. He's got one leg in the air. He's comfortable there. He's been wrestling his whole life. He loves it, and it shows every time he steps on the mat.
He knows what he's doing. Very smart.
Absolutely.
Heavy on the head. Head up. Good. All right, back out. Knee spin. Knee spin. Hit it.
And even when it looks like TJ's in trouble, I feel like he's always one step ahead.
Get height. Get height, Jim. Good. Two. He's got the leg out.
An interesting call there from the ref. Gives 2 points.
That was
Very interesting.
certainly an interesting call.
TJ takes down.
TJ was fine. I believe, actually, he seemed to be in control even when he gave up the 2 points.
He gets a quick escape point there. And the first period ends. Again, an interesting call. TJ will defer. And the Raritan wrestler will go neutral. Second period starts 2-1 in favor of Raritan in this 132 bout.
Circle out, move your feet. Don't get that feet stuck. Shoot 'em out. Finish. Hey, know where you are. Circle, wrestle there, wrestle the edge. Good.
Here we go. There's Conlon. Conlon on a quick ankle pick. What can he do with it? Can he do anything with it?
Watch yourself. Scramble there.
And 2 points. 2 points awarded to Conlon. Now takes the lead, 3-2, just under a minute left here in the second period.
Heel. Get to your face. Get to home. Get to home. Knee slide home. Knee slide home. Good. Hey, you scramble there. Hip. You got to get height.
Conlon is very comfortable, like I said, in any area of the mat. So this right here is just fine for him. He's still in control, and he's feeling just fine. Might be in a little trouble here. Look how calm and confident he is and comfortable.
It's academic for him.
Absolutely. Red zone here. Red zone for TJ Conlon. What can he do?
Home, knee side up. Home. Out. Back pressure. Get there. Back pressure. Get up. Back pressure. Back pressure. Back pressure.
TJ keeps him on the mat. Won't allow him to get that escape point as time runs out here in the second period. TJ holding on to a 3-2 lead going into the third period.
Chooses down.
Moment tight on top. Look to lock that cradle.
TJ will try and get another point.
Lift.
Try and get to neutral, get that escape point, bring it to a 4-2 lead.
Go to the seat.
Van Feckman's in trouble here. TJ Conlon's working his way out. He's just a surgeon when it comes to getting himself out of.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Center.
Little feistiness going on at the end there. TJ Conlon up
Raritan's been
4-2.
guilty of that a few times tonight.
Jimmy, keep pressing. Move your feet.
You got to keep the emotions in control, though.
Absolutely, that's how you win.
Snap.
It's a very emotional
Heavy on
sport.
the head, Jim. Head pressure. Good. Hey, you finish there. Again.
Out of bounds. Bring it back to the circle. Minute 19 left
Heavy head
here in the
pressure.
third period.
Heavy on the head.
Conlon up 4-2.
Hey,
Picks the ankle.
get height. Hey, dive left. Gonna go, seatbelt. Hey, get ready to move now when she bends. Get ready to move. Walk. Hey, stay there.
Very interesting call there.
Motion heavy on the head.
You don't want to get yourself too upset if you're Conlon when a thing like that happens. He was in a great position to score points. The ref felt it was dangerous. It is what it is. You just got to keep wrestling. And again, gets himself 2 points. All he's got to do is take his time, ride this thing out. It's another notch on his victory belt.
And even when, adversity hits like that, he's just so under control. It's like it never even happened. Crowd chanting LB. They sense a win for Conlon. They know a win is coming for the team. A big win for Long Branch. Just
Absolutely.
They got pins when they needed to get pins, and when they needed just 3 points, they got 3 points. Big wins from Mike Showett, Pete Wersinger. We saw Joe Jazz wrestle 220 for the first time this year, get a pin. And we saw the debut of John Tomlinson, him also getting a pin. Just big matches won by their top guys. And a 37-24 victory for Long Branch, and a big win. Big win.
And a 2-year winning streak for the Long Branch Green Wave.
Over Raritan. And that's all we got for you tonight. I hope you enjoyed. For my broadcasting partners, Bruce Clay and Chris Parker, I'm Mitchell Dimitrick. We'll see you next time here on theCUBE.
Thank you, Mitchell.